never talk to him again.
That's funny, man. That is funny. Well, let me ask you too, since we on that dog. This is another one of them A&W since we jumping and plugging and playing, and I don't mind that because I like that. I don't like scripts. I like kind of just finessing the
Yeah.
shit and flowing. You know what I'm saying? But with the next question I got for you, since we on Eminem, Slim Shady, and this is A&W, so answering why. Slim Shady LP or Death of Slim Shady? The birth or the death? Ah!
Fuck you, bro. I I'll take a shot.
Take a shot. I'm gonna say, 'cause you know the feels. It feels like drink with slime right now, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad you peeped that.
Hold on, man. That was a good one. So the Death of Slim Shady.
I know this is tough because it was tough for me too.
Re-ask the question.
All right, so Slim Shady LP or the Death of Slim Shady? The birth or the death?
Which one and why?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go with the Slim Shady LP.
Ooh, okay.
I don't, and I know that I have it all as my number. I know the numbers are backwards, but it's a reason why. Why I like the Death of Slim Shady more, but the Slim Shady LP was the Don Dada. That was the beginning. That was the introduction to this man. So if I have to, if there's like a gun to my head, I gotta choose. I'm gonna choose the Slim Shady LP because of that. Because that's just the beginning of everything. But I still think the Death of Slim Shady is a whole lot better album.
I agree. I like that answer, dog. And it's funny because that's a tough one to deal with. Because I sat for it. What that shit came out in July, so almost a year thinking about it. And I'm like, yeah, I think I might have to just say Death of Slim Shady because I like growth, I like progression, and I like things that have replay value and age well. And I think this album in particular, one, replay value is amazing. Two, I think it's gonna age better than Slim Shady LP because for his maturer audience,
right,
it connects and resonates because he's talking about current situations in his life, which he did in Slim Shady LP as well too. But you have to be in a different place for that. Where I think with Death of Slim Shady, like he can hit fatherhood, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause he's targeted that with like the Haley songs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a fan of his music, you're like, all right, lyrically he's gotten better. Like that's just a whole growth and progression. Then he's hitting songs where you're like, all right, he's on here with Jid, which put me on with Jid. Then he got me with songs with Easy Mill, which put me on the fucking Easy Mill. Then, I think Somebody Saved Me with Jelly Roll and then White Gold. So, like, he did a whole different thing here where he connected with current audience, reconnected with his old fans, and brought it back to the nostalgic feel. So I think that one just always is going to hold a special place for me because, like, I'm like, the way I played that album, the best way I can say that is compared to how I listened to the Eminem show. I replayed the shit out of that. To the point where I was even comparing it to the Eminem show. But I took that back. I dialed it back because I was in recency bias.
Right.
But that's what it was, man.
Facts. Okay. I mean, I can't fight that. Both albums are fucking amazing. We can't fight that. Both albums were amazing fucking albums. It's just that. Do you remember that feel when you first started hearing 97 Bonnie and Clyde, or you started hearing?
You can't rematch that, man. Like, you can't rematch it.
That feel, bro.
97 Bonnie and Clyde, me and my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
that Slim Shady was a different beast, bro.
Yeah.
When that song, I Just Don't Give a Fuck. You remember that? How about I Still Don't Give a Fuck?
I still don't give a fuck is the one that sticks with me. From the moment I was born, my mama lost me. I don't know why the fuck I'm here in the first place. My worst day on this earth was my first birthday. Retarded. What did that nurse say? Brain damage. Fuck, I was born during the earthquake? Come on, dog. I'm an F nigga, D. I'm an F guy, D.
And the day I was born.
Woo.
You just said.
Now you right.
I love anything. I think anything Slim Shady LP, if I hear it off rip, I'm just... I got a big smile on my fucking face.
Facts, man.
I don't know what it is, man.
I had that same shit happen to me today. Or no, yesterday. I got a flat tire, right? This is a little sidebar. But I had a flat tire. I was on the phone with AAA. But I hear, brain dead. I drops. Pain mad. Cyclops. I'm like, who the fuck is bumping not alike out here in Cambridge? So I literally stopped the conversation, took my earphone out, and was like, I didn't even know where it was coming from the car, but I'm like, when I hear Eminem, and this goes back to like, people be like, niggas don't bump Eminem in the hood, X, Y, Z. I'm like, well, somebody was bumping Eminem there. I'm one of those motherfuckers that bump Eminem in the hood. Like, I hated that narrative, but yeah.
I heard that, though, oh my God. When they were like, there ain't nobody bumping M in the hood. I was like,
I'm like, what that make me? I'm around the way.
I was in the hood.
I'm listening.
I was bumping him all the fucking time. Like, I was bumping him all everywhere I fucking went.
Facts.
There was a bar. Have you ever heard the song Shit on You?
Oh, yeah.
With D12?
Yeah. I'll shit on you.
That man said, this is what really made me love him even more. He said, once I step on 2 hits of X, my disc slips and disconnects. So I walk around, then this bitch with a twisted neck and still shit on the first bitch who disrespects. That alone, I was just like, this man is nasty, bro.
Yep.
I don't give overreaction is my only reaction. That's crazy, bro.
And it's funny as you point that out,
and then it sets off a chain reaction. Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, M is a beast, bro. I be trying to tell people, like, yo, you really gotta. It's one of those, like, he's one of those rappers you really gotta listen and just, you gotta understand or peep what he's talking about. Because if you don't understand what he's talking about, a lot of that shit's gonna fly over your head. And he's a big comic book guy, big horror book guy. You know what I'm saying? He's referencing shit that if you ain't peeping shit, you just gonna be like, this is whack. Like, for example, Music to Be Murdered By. Horror album theme, Alfred Hitchcock, Jason, all that shit like that. If you not peeping or into that shit, you not gonna feel the album. Plain and simple.
Right.
And that was a conceptual album too that people didn't understand because they don't. If you don't fuck with horror, you're not gonna peep.
But you said it so correct right now because it's a fact. M adds a lot into his music that is not hip hop. He has a lot of rock to his shit. There's a lot of samples that he uses that people don't know. If you're not into music in general, I'm around people listening to that.